guys, I'm going to start recording. Well,
Okay.
welcome everybody tonight to our team Zoom. Hi, Joy. I'm going to unmute you, Joy. Oh, I don't know if I can. That's weird. I can't. Maybe you can unmute yourself, Joy. So real quickly, there's a few people that aren't here that I'm kind of expecting to file in. But first, I just wanted to recognize some rank ups this month. So I want to congratulate Darcy for making director in the month of May. And Rebecca made executive director. So just wanted to make, take note of that. And as we go along, I just would like to recognize. So the other thing I do want to say is just remember July 19th to the 22nd is National Convention in St. Louis, Missouri. You don't really want to miss it if you can help it. A little story about that. In 2012, I almost missed Washington, D.C., and JC told me that I shouldn't miss it. I was a career person, and I didn't know how I was going to get there, and actually left Friday afternoon and got there, and I never looked back. So it's one of those things that if you can help it, try not to miss it, because you leave being one, you get there being one person and you leave sort of like different. And for anyone who's ever been on like spiritual weekends, you know what I'm talking about, right? You go as one version of yourself and you leave another. And it's kind of like that. Like last year, the guest speaker was amazing. He was a famous photographer, and he talked about how he captures different essences of people and images and just transformation. So they never disappoint, and I'm sure this year they won't disappoint, and they're going to make some announcements, which if you're not there, you will find out, but it's nothing like being there. So the other thing, you just missed, unfortunately, I just recognized Darcy for ranking up to director, and Rebecca ranking up to executive director last month, which was huge.
Nice. Great.
It's very exciting, yeah. And I think for me, knowing that someone else did it, I always knew that it was possible for me. So one of the things I just want to tell you, if you haven't noticed already, if you're not attending the Saturday morning Grow Globals, please catch them in the video form in the tape through Simple System Coaches. Me being 6 years in this business, I'm still learning stuff from this incredible, these people are leaders in the organization, and the things they're talking about and boiling it down into these little nuggets that we can use, it's just invaluable. So I've been watching some of them live and then even watching them a second time. So like the first week was about sharing, having a quality share with someone. And then this last week was really incredible. It was having the sponsoring mindset. And it's funny because a lot of times I felt really uncomfortable sharing, the opportunity of Optavia, because I thought people were going to think that I wanted it for myself. But once you get the shift where you realize that you're offering something incredible to someone, this gift of being able to pay it forward, it's an incredible thing. And actually, I was talking to a client today it's very interesting. You guys will experience this, or you have already. Her husband went on program, and she was a reluctant partner. And it turns out she's really bringing forward, she's helping her husband, coaching her husband. She was just at a flea market, and she met this woman, and she gave her one of her fuelings, and she took her business card, and she was already acting like a coach. And all along, she's been telling me how she sucks at it. But when we really boiled it down, she liked the idea of helping someone else do what she's been doing, which is exactly what coaching is, right? It's about sharing your story and pulling somebody up and letting them know that this is possible. So I think once people bridge that gap and recognize that really coaching is nothing more than sharing your experience and sharing, like JC says, like if you know where the water is and you have 50 thirsty people, why wouldn't you tell them where the water is? So it's kind of like the same thing. You can't overthink it. I just want to share how you ate your way to health. Rebecca, you missed it. We just recognized you for going ED last month, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And we recognized Darcy for going director. So one of the things I recognize is that, if any of these ladies can do it, so can you, if it's what you want. So, and then we were just talking, about these Saturday trainings by some of the best in the business right now, best in class.
So good.
And so even myself, 6 years in, I'm learning a tremendous amount. So I thought I would open it up and, maybe we can talk a little bit about, that or anything you might want to bring,
I want to.
talk about. Yes, Gail.
So today, talking about, kind of really just sharing the gift and opening up to anybody. First, I had somebody come over to the house that was, I have an iron door, and he was working on the iron door, and I can see he was just really a people person. And so after he was here for a while, I said, by the way, I said, do you find fulfillment in what you do? He says, I do. He goes, but I'm trying to get married, and, we can't really afford it. So I just started telling him about the opportunity. It's like, I'm so glad you told me that. He goes, I've always been curious what people do. And, this sounds like something I might be interested in. So I followed up with him and, sent him some information about it. And, you never know. We'll see what happens. Then I was talking on the phone. I was having problems with my internet. So I was talking to somebody with the internet company, and she happened to mention that her son was just sent off to college and how, it's going to be a financial burden. So I started talking to her about the opportunity. I sent her some information. And then I had a friend of mine in Florida that just told me today that she got laid off a few weeks ago, and she's looking to earn supplemental income. So I had 3 people today that really, you just never know. You strike up the conversation, or they share something with you, and you present the opportunity, and you'll see what happens.
Yep.
That happened to me today also, just as a little aside. I went into one of my clients, Toby's jewelry store, and there was a woman there who was they were talking about how she lost so much weight, and I just happened to walk in, and she started to talk to me a little bit, she started to talk to me about what I was doing, and Toby was telling her a little bit about me, and she said she was on this program, the Optavia program, 3 times before. And it was really strange. She said, I just never connected, and and basically it just never worked for her. I still have all the food and everything still, but I just never, it never worked for her. And I said, did you have a coach that was helping you? She says, yeah, she had a nutritionist. I said, did she ever call you, contact you? Did you ever talk to her to help you through it? And she says, no. If I ever needed her, I called her. I said, well, that's usually what we're here for, to help. I try to explain a little bit about the coaching, and she's very interested now. So I contacted her again today, and I'm hoping something might come from it. I'm hoping. We'll see. I hope.
That's a great point. So the thing is when we're coaching people, we want, our hope for them is that they get the integration piece and the community piece.
Right.
It's so huge, the transformation piece. But you are going to find that some clients right off the bat are just going to eat the food.
Right.
And they're going to have to struggle, and they're going to have to suffer. Rebecca talks about this often. They'll just diet their way to lose the weight. Everybody has their own personal journey. And then they may gain it back and then find their way back, and they'll tweak it, and they'll figure out that, well, wait, maybe this is the difference, right? The community, the support.
Right.
Being around like-minded people who have similar goals. So that's really huge.
Yeah,
so.
She kept saying that she's all alone, and she really doesn't have it. She doesn't have any support. I said, well, that's what the coach is there for, to help you through it. And so I explained it to her. She says that in the past, she just she didn't have anyone supporting. I said, well, that's something we can talk about. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, and the good thing with JC and our line is that we have the what's the risk, which a lot of people are very moved by, right? That mental mindfulness piece of envisioning a bigger life. And then the migraine potential, and then tapping them into these Habits of Health podcasts, even if they can't be there live.
Right.
I find that a lot of my clients really love being on those Wednesday podcasts. And then the Thursday nights Better Together, which is followed by the coach webinar, which, the systems check, where they're a lot of times, like some of my clients, I think that it's valuable to become a coach just merely to be around other coaches who are pushing forward in their personal transformation as well, and in personal development. And so, as coaches, we're exposed to a lot more just by virtue of being a coach, So that's always something I offer to my clients as well. My dog, sorry, he's playing with the toy in the background. TJ? 1 second, I'm sorry. Oliver, go to Dada. Come on. Hey, can you tell them in the room? Come on, Ollie. Go into Dada. Sorry.
It's okay. Pets are part of our
Sorry,
family too.
he's playing with it so loud. Close the door. Sorry. It was squeaking in the back. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, people will do the program and sometimes not connect to their coach. So it's always possible for them to go to another coach, you know?
Right. So we'll see.
Yep. But you know, the big point of that is that you have this client, Toby, who owns a jewelry store, who's been very successful and has the ability to pay it forward. So
Right.
hopefully it's either going to be a referral source or a coach.
That's right. That's
So
what.
that's what we always have to look at is our clients are either going to become a coach or be a great referral source for you.
Right.
And you have to, what you want to do is you want to position them so they know exactly how to refer to you.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
you know, this girl today was a perfect example. She gave the lady some bars of hers and she took the lady's card, but she doesn't have the lady doesn't know how to get in contact with her. That's the worst case scenario because you do want to have this reciprocity. So the best situation is if you're meeting the person, put them on your Facebook so they can watch you.
Did that already. Yeah, I did that.
So that's always a great thing. And then if your client, you want to position them to refer, ask them to three-way text with the person's permission.
Right.
So Rebecca's client Judy meets Ann. Make sure that Judy knows that when she meets Ann and Ann comments on how great Judy looks, Judy knows that if she's not ready to coach, she's going to ask Ann, do you mind if I three-way text you with my coach so that you guys can carry on a conversation at another time? So just a little advice about that. So who's been catching the Saturday morning Grow Globals? Anybody?
Me. They're wonderful.
Good. Gina,
wouldn't
you
miss
catching
them.
some of them?
Yeah, I caught a few of them already, like 3 of them. I still have to catch up on some more.
Guys, I'm telling you, catch up on them.
Yeah, I will.
They're absolutely gold. And
I have to do the last 2, 4 and 5,
yeah.
right?
5 was about I believe was Patty Glick on how to integrate your clients. The last one was Dan Valentine and Susie Hyman about the sponsoring mindset.
Right. Okay.
Just remember, right now, some of you are just at the point where you're health coaching people, and you're really enjoying that, and that's great. You're getting your whistle wet and all that. But right out of the gate, even if you have 5 clients, at least 1 or 2 of those people are going to want to pay it forward. So very early out of the gate, you have people that are going to identify at some point. Craig, you even have one, and Mary, that when the time is right, they're ready to do this.
Right.
They're ready to help other people. And how does that help you? It helps you in that you're going to meet people, they're going to meet people that you would have never been able to help because you don't know them. Each person knows 600 people by first name. So if I only know 600 people, like I want to meet a person who knows another 600 people. And then what they're saying is 600 times 600 now is like 36,000 or something like 360,000 or something like that. So that's the kind of impact you want to have. You as a person, you can only probably help like 30 to 35 people maximum in your front line. You can't help many more than that. And one of the Grow Globals talked about how to structure your business so that you are supporting those clients and guiding them, but it's not taking over your life, right? Because let's face it, you're going to be helping 25, 30 people. A lot of the help, big time help happens the first week, and then there's like 15, 20-minute check-ins weekly. But the lion's share of the work has to be done by the client, and there's much more than just connecting with the health coach. If your client is doing the do, they're embracing the habits of health. They're reading the book. They're getting on those Wednesday night calls. They're calling nutrition support. You're more than just an order taker. You're a health coach, and that means that when you're not coaching them, you're acquiring and helping more people. And you're also at some point going to be coaching your coaches as your competency list, and you become a leader. So if that's what you so desire.
I've been having problems getting motivating them to watch the Habits of Health. So what I've been doing is every week I'll go into the podcast and I'll find one that is about what they're struggling that week, and I'll actually private message that podcast to them and say if they want more that fit their specific, struggle, they can find a lot more. And a lot of them have gone, wow. Because, yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying.
That's a great idea.
I can get to motivate them.
Well,
It
you
has
have
to
to
be one that fits them.
Well, you also have to remember, guys, right? People are overweight because of the bullshit they give themselves, and that's what JC talks a lot about. So you'll be hearing from people saying, I don't have time for that, or I don't have the money for that. And these are all these smoke screens that they put up. So all you have to do is be empathetic and say, I really understand that, but I really believe this is in your best interest. Because a lot of times I think they think we want them to do it for us. You just have to constantly remind them, you told me you want XYZ. You told me that this was your why. So I'm just recommending that because this is your why, these are the action steps that you really should take in order to achieve that. Because it's going to be that much harder. I kind of know from being in the business this long what works. And I could tell you that people who go on the calls or listen to the calls or get involved in XYZ, they tend to do better because there's this mindfulness piece, right? So anyone could just eat the food and lose the weight. It's the fat between your ears, as JC says. So that's all you want to kind of guide your clients to recognize that you really care about them. You're not just there to sell them feelings. You're really there to see them transform their life. And hopefully bring along people with them. So that's the messaging. But you can't help everyone, You just do the best you can. You have to kind of detach lovingly from things because I've been telling a couple of you this. I kind of exhausted myself coaching people, which was like a cup with like a hole at the bottom. You kind of got to know the people who are allowing the glass to fill. You never give up on anyone, but you have to have a realistic view of where someone's at if you want to help them. Because if you're spending an hour with someone who's not really doing the do, that's an hour you could be connecting with someone who's really waiting for you and needs you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I now have clients who call me. They text me, go, can we call tonight? And I said, I was planning on it.
Right.
So it doesn't happen with all of them.
No, you try to make them as personally responsible as possible, but. Mm-hmm.
I'm a little like, I don't know how to say it. I don't even know what to say, what I feel. I have clients that are like, they just don't respond. They just completely ghosted on me, even though they already dropped sleeping medication, even though they already dropped the size within the first 2 weeks. And then when the next order is gonna be processed, they just ghost on me completely. And I honestly don't even know what to think. And I'm like, oh, seriously? Like right now I'm doing all my follow-ups between the leadership call and this call. And from 5 I've done, nobody have answered, like just leave voicemails. But I'm like, I'm a little flustered right now myself.
But you know what?
Usually I'm pretty perky, positive at, nothing gets me bad.
Well, it's not. I
Something
respond
briefly.
to that.
Rachel, I just want to say something briefly. Cece, like the other day, I was doing a call with Craig, and we had the time set that he was supposed to call me. 3 times it went to my voicemail, but I was right there. So it's not, don't take it personally. Sometimes it could just be the technology. Right, Craig?
Right.
Well, the other thing that she rest in peace, Lori Anderson always said that she called every client every Monday, and a lot of times she never heard from them. But weeks later, they'd be like, I want you to know that your message meant a lot. Your clients are listening to your message. They just might not be ready to receive it, and it means a lot. So even though they're in the witness protection program or they're MIA, don't think that it's wasted. You just leave your message lovingly and you detach from the outcome. You have to continue to fill your funnel because not one person is going to move your business forward. You are through leading with your health and through caring and sharing. And you cannot expect other people. You just have to find the right people who want what you want and what you have to offer. They may not have that. They may not want that for 3 years from now. It took Rebecca 3 years. You know?
That's what I was saying. I started, Rachel was my coach. She called me, never ever answered the phone. In fact, I would look at my husband and go, "It's Rachel, I don't want to talk." I did that for months, and Rachel never gave up on me, and I still got those calls. And I know that's frustrating, and I wish I wouldn't have done it because it would have taken me 3 years to be where I'm at, but it took me that long to really realize that she really wanted to help me. So, and I know it's weird, and I get frustrated too because I have 2 or 3 people I haven't heard from in 4 or 5 weeks, and they're still ordering fuelings. So, but I call them every week, and I give them a benefit. So,
well, guess what? I have the opposite. Today I texted 2 people who lost 40 pounds with me and stopped ordering fuelings, who don't want a coach, and all I asked was, would you mind posting it before and after on Facebook and tagging me? And I haven't heard anything. And both of them posted about their weight loss without tagging me. You know what I mean? So it's like they're acting as if they lost it on their own, but I can't do anything about that.
no.
And it frustrates me only because they're not telling people how to do it. They're just going, look at me. You know, well, what am I going to do? You can't make people do it. It's not that they don't want to help me. They're busy with their lives. I know both of them are lovely people. They're just going, oh, it's Rachel. I'll get back to her.
I had the same thing happen last week where this woman, since 2015, we've been in contact. Matter of fact, I was sharing with Rebecca that she even called me right before she's ready to order. She wanted to barter with me, and she does house cleaning. She's like, can I do house cleaning services for you? And then you can buy me the food. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. She's like, you know what? Let me just give you my credit card and get it over and done with after 3 years. So you just have to be there for them, you know?
Yep. Exactly.
That's great. Thanks for sharing your experiences.
How long would you
Easy with
keep staying in contact with somebody when you heard from them? I mean, just like until they, or what would be your suggestion?
Go ahead.
Because I know we learned this once before. Usually you can even say to them, I'm going to keep on loving on you until you tell me to stop.
Oh, okay.
Just say, I'm just going to keep on loving on you. What could they say about that? You say,
Yeah.
if you tell me to stop, I'll stop. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep on loving on you.
And as Doug Wood says, if you had a relationship with someone prior and they became a client and now they're not doing it anymore, just put them back in the friend zone. I mean, I've actually even had clients that were my friends before that once they stopped ordering fuelings, they're like, can we still be friends? And I'm like, yeah. You know, I mean, it's like, of course we could, of course, call me anytime. You know, this isn't, I'm not selling you anything. I want to hear from you. So, we're a community. So, sometimes they'll act weird, they'll feel weird. They might feel like you're chasing them to buy something. That's on them. You know? You just, if you were friends before, or you knew them from church before or at the nail salon, no?
And just remember, life always changes. So you can talk to them now and they're like, I'm not ready. And then just like my friend that I told you that lives in Florida, I spoke to her a couple of weeks ago about going on the program, and now she's looking more for financial, for her finances. Keep on loving on them until they just tell you to go away.
That is so true. It's so true. Like when I started this business, this was just like a plan B for me until something happened with my first job and it became more important. So you never know what happens, or you don't know if someone just gets a bad blood test or gets a scare, or God forbid, you don't want that to happen, but it happens more than you think. And so you just want to be that person that they're coming to when they're worried or concerned, or they just go to put something on and it doesn't fit. But it's like Jeremy Pratt said, he bent over one day, he couldn't even tie his shoelaces, and he said to his wife, you know that thing my dad's on, I need to do it. So you never know when that day comes, right? Do you guys all remember the day?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, like Craig said,
I will never forget
Dad himself.
Yeah.
I have a
Gail.
question.
Gail and I had go ahead.
No, mine does. I just have a quick question. I'm going to be missing in action for 4 days. What if my clients need me? I mean, what do I do? Do I just let them all know I'm going to be gone?
Yeah, you tell them that they can contact your health coach.
Okay. Okay. That's all I needed. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
You let them know that if they need anything, that you give them my phone number and my information and nutrition support.
Anyways, Gail and I had a great conversation with a potential client, and then, you know, it came out that his wife needs the program, his daughter needs the program. So, yeah, you know, it's, you know, I just so truly believe in this program. It's unbelievable, you know, how much it's done for me. But I guess sometimes I have a hard time of not taking it personal. Because, you know, I believe, you know, when I believe in something, I'm passionate about it. I believe everybody should believe in it and everybody should be passionate about it. That's just where I am. And, you know, it's just, you know, I have probably 10, 15 people who are just hanging out there that I contact every so often just to, you know, just to see how they're doing. I don't even talk about Optavia. I just, I just reach out to them and they bring it up and yeah, I'm still interested. I know I need to do this. And it's like, just do it. But I just, you know, I guess I just, you know, maybe I talk to the wrong people. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think that one day they'll be ready. You're probably, you're probably holding back talking to more people because you're disappointed that this crop didn't join. Because you just got to keep talking. And just in the normal scope of life, you know. I mean, I was at the hair salon yesterday. I spoke to 3 people about it. It just comes up, you know. Right. I just talk about it.
Oh, believe me, I talk to a lot of people about it every day. I mean, every day I bet I talk to someone. But, you know, it's people just, you know, I don't know, just, you know, it's a big commitment to make. It's true. It's that you really have to, you got to have your mind in the right place to do it. And so many people just aren't in the right place. And I just look around at people going like, they should be on the program. They should be on the program. They should be on the program. You know, it's just, and people just, you know, people just don't, they just, you know, so many people don't want to make the commitment. And, you know, I guess like I was the same way, Gail can tell you, I was very skeptical about it. And maybe once I got my head out of my ass, I realized that it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And it is.
But I will say this, though, there might be something about your approach that's making that happen. Like sometimes, I'll give you an example. So early on, I felt hesitation about the price. But all of a sudden, all these people were giving me objections about the price. I can tell you today, I never get one objection for price. And there's rarely a health assessment that I do that someone doesn't sign up. And that's only because of the way I present it. And I guess it comes with time and my own. There's a shift that happens. Like right now, I'm on fire with people sponsoring. There's like Dan Valentine says, when the shift happens and you get out of your own way. And I guess with some of those people that are having a hard time committing, I would ask them, what's the risk? If you get it and you don't like it, you return it for a full refund. So why are you hesitating? You know me, you like me, you trust me, right?
Right.
Have I ever led you wrong? And then I would just say, just try it. What's the worst thing that'll happen? You'll do 1 week. You know? And that's it. That's what I would say to them. And everyone's like, you know what? You're right. I mean, and I've had like 3 people in 6 years return their food.
Don't give themselves 30 days.
Just give yourself 30 days. And if you hate it in a week, just return it all.
And Craig,
I've yet to have anyone return more than 2 or 3 boxes. I've had one person open it up, eat 1 bar, and say, "Finish this." And we actually have a presidential who did that, Nancy Gentile Strauss. So,
did you hear that, Craig?
Off and on. I hear a lot of other noise.
I don't know. I think it's my connection, but the sound is.
I'm muting Cece. I think it's Cece in Starbucks. I'm sorry, Cece. So Nancy Gentile opened her box the first time. She's a presidential, and she ate 1 bar and returned it. She said, I'm not eating this crap. And then 4 months later, she couldn't fit on the roller coaster, did the program, and she's, hey, Ren, and she's presidential now. So, hi, sweetie. So, yeah, I just always say, like, JC, what's the risk? What's the worst thing that's going to happen?
Oh,
You
okay.
get all your money back. So,
Same thing with Dan Valentine. He had it sitting in his house for a couple of months too.
oh, that's what he said, yeah.
All right.
So funny because I see him as being so successful. I can't believe it sat there for like a month or something, right?
I think it said 3 months, but yeah, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But Craig, I can always do the calls with you if you need me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I know you will.
They're very beneficial. I didn't do them at the beginning. Rachel's been doing them. Bonnie's been doing them. Gail's done one with me because Rachel was really busy one day, and it makes a big difference.
you're training, you're transferring skills, guys. If you're not
It's-
doing it, you're missing the boat.
It really
Telling
shifted
you.
with me.
It transfers skills big time. You learn
Yeah.
how to deal with objections, and it's okay. You
It's
learn,
it was very good. Listen to it. Definitely.
yep. Hi, Joy. Say hi to Joy, everyone. Joy, actually, I want to just share. Her husband's on program now. How's that going?
It's actually going well, and I just went over and asked him if I could have permission to pull his picture up on my phone to show you his before and after, and I know Darcy's going to get excited.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. This is insane. And this picture was from
This
less
is
than
1
a
week. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
In a week?
Oh my God.
That's 1 week.
Look at his stomach.
And already, even tonight, we can see a difference from that second picture.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I
Wow.
know.
Yeah, he was showing me that he can actually wear his pants around his stomach now.
Wow.
His stomach going over it. So I'm really proud of him. He actually just got his starter kit today.
Oh, he ate your food,
He's
right?
been eating my food since he said yes. So I just immediately handed him my food and I said, I've got enough to get you going, get moving.
Nice.
So he got his today and I didn't open it. I let him open it and it was like Christmas for him to see because we had ordered some different fuelings when you get those 5 free. So we ordered some different ones than what we had here. So he was pretty
Oh my
excited.
God. I hear a story on stage about that. I don't know. That's like a story from stage.
Yes.
That's a
Well,
great
you know what?
story.
You know what? I told him. I said, right now, people are not really interested when I talk to them. And I said, but I won't need to talk to them because you're going to be huge. So just to let you know, Father's Day weekend, it's going to be huge. People are going to see him for the first time in a month. And I have a feeling I'll have some people talking to me that I might need some help with some health assessments.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good for you. Rachel, I want you to meet Sammy. Did you?
Hi, Sammy.
Hello.
Hi.
She just got out of work. She works at Sephora, so she was busy all day today. And
Sammy's a beautiful singer.
yes, she's singing again on
I have 2 games coming up.
June 23rd. Singing again. So
I'm
yeah.
feeling like I should be getting my family around me, you guys.
I know.
Well, that's what we're about.
That's
All
great.
the family.
Grandbaby time.
Yeah.
Why not? I figured she's here. Let her say hello.
So Rebecca made ED and had a grandchild all one day. Talk about some excitement.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Little boy.
Yeah.
What about the grandchild?
Was
I
that?
had a grandson the day I made ED.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Awesome.
I can't say it on my page.
Aw.
They've told me no pictures, no nothing.
Good.
So I'll abide by it.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Aw. Oh, look at the Gail. I love
Oh
the
my
look.
God, you know what? I think it's going to end really soon because I only have 40 minutes free, but I love and appreciate you all. Thanks for tonight.
Okay.
Have a good week. Go help some peeps.
All right. We'll see you next week. Take
All
care.
All right, thank you.